Hello, welcome back to the channel. Welcome, my people. Welcome you back to the channel. If you're already a subscriber, thank you. And if you're not a subscriber, please do it to subscribe to this channel because we'll be bringing you amazing discussion and content. So, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about something different from our previous videos. Something totally different. Today we're not talking about agriculture or about business or about making money. Today we're talking about something that affects all of us in general. We're talking about during this video, I'm going to tell you when Nnamdi Kanu would be released. Yes, and those who will be behind his release and the reason for that, the motivation for that, and when it's going to be. So stick to this video and so you don't miss out on those important issues, on those important facts I'm going to put out there, and you'll see it for yourself that you have been blinded all this while. So I'll tell you basically those behind his release, when it's going to be released, how, and the motivation, and every other thing about the release of Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So but to dive into that, to go into that, let's talk about something that will bring us to that part of the video. Let's talk about we as a people, how we somehow manage to always celebrate our oppressors, how we always somehow manage to celebrate those who are oppressing us, like those who hold us in captive, those who are intentionally how would I put this now, enslaving us. We always find a way to celebrate them. It surprised me how or why we always do this. But maybe after this video, I will try to understand, and maybe you yourself also will try to understand how we somehow try to always celebrate our oppressors. Then when I say our oppressors, what do I mean by our oppressor? Some places like how nobody will oppress me. Yeah, we are all being oppressed. We are all being oppressed by the upper class, those in the upper echelon. And this video is not all gonna be serious. We'll cash cruise, we'll laugh during this video, we'll rest our time, but we'll be saying the truth and the facts. And I'll explain to you how this is not just a group of persons. Most times, all of us as Nigerians, we find ourselves celebrating our oppressors, and sometimes it sickens me. Like, are we okay? Like, we normal. The same person wey dey oppress you, and they use these tools, right? They use these tools. There are three tools they use basically. Either they'll come with religion, they'll come through your pastor, you start celebrating them, or they'll come through tradition or culture, they'll come through your royal leaders, or they'll come by stomach infrastructure. And you're hungry now, you're hungry man. When they put food for ground for you, you start picking, and immediately you chop, you get more strength, you start, hey, hallelujah, you will start celebrating your oppressors. It's very sad, but the reality is um, we do this and it's very sad. So now let's dive into this video and let's analyze on certain things and real issues, how we, or one way or the other, will celebrate our oppressors, especially when they become a philanthropist, and especially when they start dashing money, when they become a philanthropist. So it's almost like a cultural thing in Nigeria. If you steal from people, if you enslave them, if you do whatever, or if you oppress them, all you need to do is become a philanthropist. If you're a philanthropist, don't worry, you're good to go. You are the best thing after Jesus Christ. Yes. And it shows the level of our brain sometimes. Sometimes when you go through these things and you wonder if some of us, if that the brain will take the think for this life and that brain will take the crossroad, how will they survive, then you know God is really faithful to us. So now let's analyze these things now, and to explain how we celebrate our oppressor, I will explain this with a life event, something that happened very recently here in Warri where I live. Few weeks ago, the wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu, visited Nigeria. Sorry, visited Delta State, Warri Kingdom precisely, to pay courtesy, whatever, to the Olu of Warri Kingdom. Now, I shouldn't have a problem with that, right? Because it's our Royal Majesty, of course. But what this is where I have a problem with the way it's been done, the ceremony, and the people, and how it's been done. Now let's break this down. For example, now those of you who is not aware that she actually came to campaign for her husband, this is what our people call ekpa. You be ekpa. If you are not aware what happened there was campaigning for her husband, you are an ekpa. Now, I'll break this into different dimension now. If you are among the set of Nigerians who this government who the government dey favour, if you dey chop for this government, you had a good job, you are very happy with the president, you are having light and everything, and you tie your wrapper, wear your asoebi, gele and everything, and you went to stand the road and dance all the ceremony celebrating and welcoming the first lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Fine, good and clear for you. But if you are among the class that I am, the hungry Nigerians, the one suffering, the one who doesn't have food to chop, the one who doesn't have light. I can tell you say for like 5 days now, whenever I get light, now solar you see here. So whenever for like 5 days, whenever I see light. If you are among those people and you tie wrapper, wear shady, go stand for road, dey dance, dey sing, say you dey celebrate Oluremi Tinubu, say because na your sister or na your whatever or she from your ancestral home, you are a yes, that's what you are. Ekpa na mumu mumu that you be big. I know many of them, funny enough. I know many people who do this, but for this reason, in life, you not be mumu, but for this very reason, you are a mumu. You are a mumu. This the same person tomorrow. Some of them you see them, they go insult NEPA. You go see that they go insult police. They go insult this. They go say, the government made it try. But the president wife is coming. You wear be stand for road. You went to campaign for the husband by proxy. She is campaigning for your husband by proxy. And you went for campaign. Let's still dissect this now. Right? Let's still dissect this. She came all in the name of she's your daughter, she's from Shekiran or whatever. My brothers and sisters, these are the political propaganda. When they want to enter you, Nigerian politician, that's when they will tell you, my mama is from here, my papa is from here. Can you tell me one benefit, directly or indirectly, that the first lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has done for you as a Shekiri man, directly because you're a Shekiri man? Can you tell me one thing she has done for you, Shekiri Kingdom? I wish her coming, right? I wish her coming. Maybe when she came, say get one thing she want open, maybe in a health center or teaching center or technical center or whatever, or to revive one of these our fallen companies. MPA did there. I wish say when she dey come, she dey come commission one project like that, not road though. So even those of now when they celebrate commission of road, you still have something that is not right here. And I wish maybe I should dey come, she dey come celebrate one of these things. Even me, I go tie wrapper. I go wear my regalia, I go dance. Because why? She's coming to celebrate or commemorate something that will benefit us as a people. Even if me no go that 8th myself, even if me no go get tired from that job, people around me will. People around me go get job. I get business while they do. When they get money, they go patronize me. I be good. But she's not coming for any of this. She's really coming for campaign. Campaign season never open, so the husband not fit come campaign, or she not fit come quarter you say na campaign, but these are campaign by proxy because she came under what the Renew Hope agenda. And I went through this morning just before this video. I wanted to be sure, so I went to make my research. If there are projects or things she has done for the Shekiri Kingdom, mind you, she had never lived her life in the Shekiri Kingdom or the Shekiri. Oluremi, if you go to her Wikipedia page, what you will see there is she is from Ogun State. Yoruba woman. She is Yoruba from Ogun State. The only claim ties with you when they when they want to campaign power. That's when they tell you, I'm your daughter, I'm your mother, I'm your sister, I'm your blah blah blah. She only came to campaign and organize votes for her husband. And me say all those persons there, still gonna be a pa. I'll tell you for a fact, not just Shekiri Prince that are there. We have all tribes, even Igbo, all APC followers, they were still there. Uh-huh. So it was a general thing. Some parents even go there say because say the APC will share money. So let's go back to this topic. So I went to make my research to see what has she done for the Shekiri people, and I could not see anything. The only thing I saw there was a coming. These are very common. This is the only thing I saw that she had identified as the Shekiri people, as the Shekiri person. These are coming, and the only thing she did there was empowerment program. And what is this empowerment program? She gave 50 million naira for 1,000 women. Do your division. That is one person, 50,000 naira. That is the empowerment. Omo, una mumu o, una mumu o. So that is the empowerment program now. 50,000 naira is an empowerment program. If na this sense mo take dey cross road, your life is at risk. If na this sense take dey cross road, when you wake up this morning, every morning when you wake up, close your eye, open your mouth and say this prayer. Say, Father, as I wan cross road, no let me to use my sense. Because you are endangering your life if you use this sense to cross road. That was all she have done. Empowerment program for women, 50 million, 1,000 women. And do the math, that's 50,000. What can 50? See, so somebody give you 50K and you call them empowerment. What is he empowering you with? What can you do with 50,000 naira? The only empowerment program we know for Warri na POS and keke. Maybe the only job opportunity rather. Who need 50,000 already should start POS business? Oko, this 50K already should start POS business. Now somebody dey, now we dey say na omo. If you be man, this 50K already should carry keke. If you whatever say you want na you wan go POS business, you know should do POS business. 50,000. That's an empowerment from the first lady of Nigeria. And you all went there with your regalia, with your attire, with your ashwebi, dancing, singing, gallivanting, according to our uncle Asari, gallivanting. We need help. Like, we need mental help as a people. If this is how we still think, in 2026, there are group of persons who still act this way. Sometimes we wonder what is the future, what the future lies for us as a people. If there are still people who are still this foolish, I'm just giving this an example. It happens everywhere around the country. Even on social media, it happens everywhere. When they start doing their philanthropies, you start praising them and singing their praises. And come on. It's high time as a people we start identifying our oppressors. The police is not your problem. NEPA is not your problem. You see that NEPA man when you see for road, when you cut your lights, you cut this way for and say this is no go better for you. You go fall under for pool, you go whatever. It is not your problem. The problem is we have built individuals that are bigger than our institution. People dey wey big pass police. Na here we dey when president order all VIP, all police wey dey guide VIP to come back. IG of police say they have to set up committee. So I put up as task force to make sure the police dey come back. Meaning you no even get the power, because there are people who tell the policeman say you need to go anywhere, relax for there. So don't be we don be the individual wey big pass this police, wey big pass this country individual dey say dey big pass this country, and when they do philanthropy gesture we start celebrating them, and it's very sad. It happens everywhere, even in the southeast, in the north, in the west, in the south. It happens everywhere. I know people when go celebrate Tinubu wife, they not get transport, they go there beg transport. I know people when beg, drop me for here, I go from here reach there. I know people. I live around now. I know people wey struggle to get there. I still know people wey still dey complain say dem don share 50k reach dem. One woman say one woman say her number na 930 something. As e reach here, e remain 5 people before she reach her turn. Stop to share money. And she borrow money take go, take transport go. Empowerment program. No now. This is 2026. If you have parents who are still thinking this way, sit them down and advise them. You as a young person, you are still thinking this way, advise yourself. Advise yourself. Stop celebrating your oppressors just because they drop food for ground for you maybe chop, because they construct road, because they come tell you say I'm your sister or I'm your daughter. What has her husband done for you? What has this government done for you? How is this government empowering your life? How are you better as a person in the one ten don almost over now. This na campaign season, so definitely not expect any governance this year. This year na campaign year. We know governance all over. So what has they done for you? That name you Ashwebi, you Ashwebi, you Ashwebi, go dance. Ekpa, where pana, how you be? How you be? Some parents wey dem even give the 50,000 sef, some don even dey hold debt down before. As dem come down, dem first go pay their debt. Money finish. Dem go back start to dey cause NEPA. Dem go back start to dey cause government say the government na bad government. And you went to dance for the first lady that has not done anything for you as a Shekiri man or a Shekiri woman. Just because they have used one of the two they normally use, tradition or culture. I belong to you. I belong to you. And some of them sef should be people. They go because say they wan laugh with people. Say, you know, see, now we get now our king president wife come visit. And you're hungry. And you're hungry. What's wrong with you people? See, without to talk about this story, e plenty. So now, this is talking about our oppressor, how we celebrate our oppressor everywhere. So now, let's move now. How even the Southeast people they celebrate their oppressor and the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I know some of na this start na one wash, na one hear the date now good. Now let me tell you now, Nnamdi Kanu has been released even before he was sent to prison. Before he was sent to jail, he has already been released. Because first of all, the man shouldn't be in prison in the first place. He shouldn't be in prison in the first place. He wasn't the only one agitating. Sunday Bowo and others they agitating. We also have the Sheikh Gumi of this world. We get a Sheikh Gumi when they talk. Oh, what did Sheikh Gumi never talk? What did Sheikh Gumi never talk? When they, I mean, like the Asari they talk. Now here we don't want Asari say we shoot down government helicopter. Now here we don't want Asari say he go shoot down government helicopter. What did happen to the Asari? They still dey. People are agitating. So he will not be the first person to agitate. Agitation, seriously, Nnamdi Kanu said certain things he shouldn't have said. Certain things didn't go the way he shouldn't have. Good, fine, all right. But we should know one thing, when it comes to agitation, when people are fighting for freedom and to be set free, don't always expect them to wear suit and tie and come and sit in the round table and say, okay, yes sir, yes sir. No, don't always expect it. And I'm not a fan of Biafra. I am not a fan of Biafra in any way, because see, I don't believe in Biafra. I don't believe Biafra is the way forward. And I can tell you many persons who are supporting Biafra not because they really understand certain things, but because they just want a better life and they feel outside Nigeria there is a better life. But I can tell you for a fact, Biafra will not guarantee you a better life. Now let's look at it this way: the persons that are engineering this, that will eventually become, if at all you finally have this Republic of Biafra, those who will become your governors, they will be the Cubana chief priest and the rest. Now they get the money to campaign. Not the year with the Cubana, he don't enter politics already. In campaign that is going for federal house of constituency or whatever. So now they go see rule you. Now these people suffer continue until we realize it is we against them. We that's here against them up there. Until we have this in our brain. Eh? Even that agitation will not still be the way forward. But people are following these steps because they just want a better life and they think, oh, okay, if I go, my life will be better. No, your life won't be better. So now let's go dive into this video. So now let me give you now plain fact. When Nnamdi Kanu was released, or should I say would be released, and those who will be behind the release. Now, Nnamdi Kanu have been released even before he entered prison because he's not supposed to be there. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as they all call it, the best strategist, it was intentional to send him there. Intentional to send him there. So they can use a propaganda and bring him out to gain votes for the Southeast. Now, these are the persons who would bring him out. Purportedly, who would say, now we bring him out. You see city boy movement of the Southeast, the Cubana shippies and the rest, and Obi Cubana, and those ones buying a vehicle, buying buses for campaign for places that don't have ambulance. Coming to not get ambulance, but I go buy bus to campaign for. What is wrong with us? Let's go on. Let's go on. So these are the people, and this is how they're going to do it. Now, let me explain the propaganda to you. Now, let me explain everything to you so you understand very well. When Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, when Nnamdi Kanu, sorry, was sent to prison rather, when he was sentenced to prison, one of the first person that posted or talked about it, and it was the statement was strong and vodka and emotional, and he wrote tell us whether the post say is one of us was Cubana chief priest. Let me go through a bit of what he posted from Cubana chief priest. I won't go through the many details. Let me go through a bit of what he posted. He said, President Bola Tinubu, as long as MNK remains in jail, you cannot win. You can never get up to 10,000 votes in the Southeast. Meaning, he knows if Nnamdi Kanu is still there, Tinubu is not going to win. And he's campaigning for Tinubu City Boy movement. So you think he's not aware Nnamdi Kanu will be released? They know he will be released. Calm down and follow the propaganda now. Just follow up. He said, I will not lie to you, Papa, as a friend of your government. I have no reason to whitewash you. His detention has caused so much setback, blah, 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 blah. Let me go to the main points. Let me leave all those shenanigans. You can go and read the post yourself. Then he went on and said, um, none of, he said, okay, none of them has the capacity to do, that can do anything to make the people love you and respect you. He's talking about the ministers from the Southeast and the rest. Then he said, as for governors, they will all disappoint you because what will they tell us? Meaning, it's cutting himself together with us, the people now. What are they, bro? They don't need to tell you anything. You know where you meet in your table. You know your table. You are not part of us. What will they tell us? Nothing. Then he called Sheyi Tinubu name. He said only Nnamdi Kanu can guarantee you vote, blah 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 blah. All those sat at the table and hotel with Sheyi Tinubu, they are just bag of deceit, including me. So he's trying to say they have a meeting discussing. All those in the meeting, they cannot guarantee you votes. They can't even go to their community. They are considering to campaign for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The only person who can guarantee votes is Nnamdi Kanu. So be picking sense now. So he's trying to tell you now, see, they know say now only this guy fit get votes. So now they know say Nnamdi Kanu will not campaign for any politician. So what did they choose to do now? Put am for jail. At the end of the day, they will tell you it's our movement. We that move. The Citizen movement who went to meet the president and the rest, and he have released Nnamdi Kanu for us. Propaganda. And every other person who are not thinking straight, they will fall for this trick. And when you fall for this trick, you vote for Tinubu, you will win again, and you will suffer for another 4 years. Mind you, releasing Nnamdi Kanu has not solved the problem of the Southeast. It's just a voice. The problem will still be there. You will still suffer for 4 years. You will still suffer for 4 years. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Biafra because it's still going to be another suffering. I'm only on the part of we have to identify who our oppressors are. We have to know who our true oppressors are. See, I don't even believe in Nigeria. I don't believe in Biafra because all propaganda. I know say many of una no know say Nigeria na entity wey dey sell give British. £850,000. Ah, okay, it's strange to you, but maybe on a very good we'll talk about we'll go into history because most people don't know our history. We don't know where we're coming from. Nigeria was sold to British. If you go check about the story of the Royal Nigerian Company, you know what I'm talking about. So we don't know our history. So I'm an Igbo man, I'm an African man, I'm a black man. But you see those entities, Nigeria, Biafra, it doesn't work for me. So until it works for me, I start believing in it. Right? Now, after Shikubana Chief Priest posted what he posted, and let me go to the end, how he ended his post. He said, these words are words of the gods. Play with them at your own risk. He's trying to say he's speaking for the people. Now, let's go to some of the persons who responded to him or after his tweets. One of the persons is Obi Kubana. One of the persons who responded was Obi Kubana. And this is what Obi Kubana said. A lot of people have, okay, now, yeah, he said, yeah, this is Obi Kubana. He said, along with other well-meaning Nigerians, met with Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly, Ben Kalu, the president's son, Sheyi Tinubu, those in charge of the City Boy movement in Southeast, to discuss pressing national issue. You didn't discuss anything. You were discussing how to galvanize votes. Because Kubana Chief Priest, from his own destiny, he stated it there. He said those who are in the table with you, Sheyi Tinubu, they cannot go to their town to tell people to vote for your father. So it's probably here saying well, you are not discussing about Nigeria, you're discussing how to galvanize votes. And the only way you guys concluded to galvanize votes is through Nnamdi Kanu. It's through Nnamdi Kanu. Because the truth is, none of you can go to your community and convince people to vote for you without using propaganda. And that is what we are doing. So he went on and said, a lot of people are tirelessly work behind the scene, devoting time and resources to see our brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free and united with us. One thing is very clear: no Igbo man or woman will have peace if Nnamdi Kanu does not regain his freedom, and Ali Igbo will never be the same again. Lie. Obi Kubana, you are having peace in your house. I'm having peace in my house. We are all having peace. Nnamdi Kanu is there in jail, and people are using it for your propaganda. One other person who responded again was the wife of um, Ojukwu, Bianca Ojukwu. Now, this is not to diminish the image of Ojukwu, right? Because Ojukwu is such a great man outside behind Biafra. Because so many persons didn't know, say, during the first military coup, Ojukwu was the one who intercepted that coup. Many people don't know. But on a very good day, we'll talk about that one. We'll go into history. We'll talk about that one. So let's leave that one for now. Ojukwu wife, and mind you, Ojukwu wife is now a minister of, I think, foreign affairs, something like that. She's a minister. So you don't expect her to speak ill of the government, right? And they don't give her own cake. So why I brought Ojukwu name is this: let's not join Ojukwu and Biafra name. They are two different persons. Bianca Ojukwu is fighting for her political career. Ojukwu is a great man, not just for Biafra, for Igbos and all those who have been under Nigeria. As a black man, Ojukwu is one of the great men. We'll talk about him later. Outside Biafra, you will see he's a great person outside Biafra. But just because they want to tarnish, they will always put that in fight for Biafra. No, the man did so many things outside fighting for Biafra. So many things. We'll talk about those things later. So she came and she said, I would like to reassure the Igbo, Nigerians and our foreign partners that there are still prospects of resolving this imposed in a manner that reduces national anxiety, social trauma, and so many things. In all essence, she saying, okay, let's calm down, let's calm down, let's calm down, which is the right thing to do if these guys meant well for us, but they don't meant well for us. All their tweets look legit, right? But this is their game now. This is the game they are playing. If these persons were really negotiating for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and before signing up into the City Boy movement, what I think should be on the table is before I, like for example, person like Kubana Obi Kubana that said he's not going to sleep or rest until Nnamdi Kanu is being released. One thing I think he should have done is before I take be agree to be the head of the City Boy movement Southeast, you have to release Nnamdi Kanu for us first. Put that in the table. Then we know you are fighting for the people. But rather, they'll probably because they know probably now the council comes out today, it's not going to stand much as a campaign power. So they sent him to jail. When they sentenced to jail, they were unrest. Cubana chief priest came up and with all the row and everything. Then the other ones came and they're like, okay, no, they can't, we're working. It's all propaganda. Mind you, immediately campaign starts. This is what you will see. These persons, you will see them, they'll go Aso Villa, they'll go meet Tinubu or whatever, with Sheikh Tinubu or whatever, on that city movement with the Southeast governors and all of them, they have masterminded the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Maybe it might even be announced in one of the visits of Tinubu during the campaign season to the Southeast. Might announce city boy movement and whatever. They have come to me and they have begged and we have decided to release Nnamdi Kanu for you. Somebody who shouldn't be in prison in the first place. And when they release him to you, they will campaign with it that we are the one who release him. But rather they initially put him there to release him to you. And by so doing, you know, we like taking side. We are Nigerians, we like taking side. By so doing, we start taking side. This one, Kubana chief priest, we start celebrating the same oppressors. The same oppressors. All of those noise about Nnamdi Kanu has mellowed down. Why is in Sokoto lavishing in jail, suffering in jail? They are using him as a political propaganda to gain votes. This campaign season, few months from now, campaign will start. You will see what I'm telling you. You will be released, and these are the people. These are the people who will be behind his release. These persons, they will be behind his release. Purportedly, though, they will say, "Well, the one who went for his release." And when the release and come, I believe it will people. The ones with the gullible ones, they'll start singing their praise. City movement start gaining momentum, and that will be their campaign formula. So this whole video is just for you to wise up, and identify your oppressors when you see them. Don't fall victims for their shenanigans. They always use what say Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a strategist. The guy is a strategist, so don't play. We shouldn't take these things for granted. Somebody if you use 8 years plan is coming to power. 8 years plan. If I put Tinubu there before I come into power, because he says my turn. You think he cannot use Nnamdi Kanu to plan to propaganda to get vote in the southeast? I saw a video recently when there's this king from the southeast who are discussing and saying some really powerful things to him. And the guy, Tinubu being Tinubu, but just this, it's just sad that we're just nodding his head. In mind, not worried, or we will release her, we know what we are doing. We will release her, we know what we are doing, which is true. It will be released because they actually know what they are doing. It will be released. But the point is, should he be there in the first place? No. Then why was he there? It was there because they need him to propaganda. They need him to push the city boy movement. They need him to campaign by proxy. So by when he's released now, they will use his name to campaign. We're the one who fight for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They will campaign with him, and people will fall. That's the truth. People will fall because not everybody think with their brain. How na they think some of una? How na they cross road? How na they cross road? Ow. And see, I've said this again, I'll say it again. Even the views of Nnamdi Kanu will not solve your problem. It won't solve your problem. Your problem will still going to be there. Like just releasing a voice, it won't solve your problem. Because the issues will still be there. The issues have not been addressed. This person has been in power for 3 years, he didn't address your issue. And when you release Nnamdi Kanu to you, and they'll propaganda, and they'll campaign to you, and you will fall because we are all gullible. It happens everywhere. Everywhere. So please, There's so much we have to start thinking as a people, start thinking with our brain, identifying your oppressor. If you celebrate people who share money as empowerment, any position gather una say na e dey empower una come share money, you are a mumu man or a mumu woman. Yeah, ekpana, you be ekpa. Those who dey share 50K give, go ask dem, their money don finish. They don back to square one. They no get light for their house now. They are crying. They no get food to chop, no get work. Ah! You see, the next one they will start using, they'll go your pastor and request me you pray for them. See, that one another topic, and we'll talk about that one another day. So please, let's try to save us. Let's try to help us. Because together, your own foolishness go affect me tomorrow. Your own foolishness. That is why I'm saying it. Because if you are foolish, it go affect me tomorrow. So let's try and do the needful as a people. Let's try and work together as a people. So that we as a people, together as a people, together as a people, we can have a better Africa. We can have a better land. We can have we can have a better sense of belonging. See, most of us don't really understand what's going on. We don't have a sense of belonging. That's the truth. You go buy land, you feel like you get the land. Land is not for you. You know why it's not for you. There are things you don't know. Maybe one is very good. We'll talk about those things. Why the land you are dragging with your brother, saying my papa land, why it's not for you? It belongs to the government. It belongs to the government. All these things down to how Nigeria was sold to the British and all of that, the land use that and everything. On a very good day, we'll talk about some of these things. So you start to understand history of your people, history of you as a black man, as an Ashekiri man, Urubo man, Idoma man, Yoruba man, Bini man, Igbo man, wherever. Understand who you are as an African man. Leave all these propaganda, politics, and whatever, religious and school. Start thinking with our brain. With our brain as a black man, you have sense, but we don't use it. And see, those of now when they think like this, careful how you cross road. Please, please, I beg. Abeg, careful how you cross road. I dey laugh, but abeg. So please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, this is the point where you subscribe to this channel. Follow, or we'll be posting more interesting topics, talking about more interesting stuff, talking about politics and lifestyle, and also teaching you how to make money in this channel. This channel is a lot. We offer you so much, and sometimes we'll cash cruise. You know, every time we taste, sometimes because Nigeria 220, at times we'll see cash cruise, we'll still laugh, we'll still relax ourselves. So for now, let's use our brain. If you are still supporting or promoting your oppressor, if you are still singing your oppressor praises, if you are still dancing to your oppressor, think, think. Start thinking, start thinking, start thinking, start thinking, start thinking. 50K is not an empowerment. 50K not be empowerment. Any politician that is giving you money that is empowering you, you're a woman. You be mumu. The funny thing is this money they are giving you that you are dancing is your money. Oh. It's your money. And it's only like 1% of your money. 1% of your money. 1% of your money. So not even up to 1%. Many of the people when you go dance celebrate Tinubu wife. Some of them are people that the government are owing money. Some have not received their pension. Some have not received their pension. But they went there to dance. Or in Lagos, they're going to empower them. And you're empowering people with 50K. What will they do with 50,000 as empowerment? And you're the wife of the president. Should you be going there to share money? When you see stage Donald Trump wife go somewhere, go share money, give widows. See, let's call this video, right? Yet, because we talk about Nigeria problem at times, the way some of us they think, it's a lot. It's a lot to absorb. I wish when you mumu, you suffer alone. It's a different thing. But when you mumu, your mumuness go affect everybody. It go affect us. So let's start thinking straight and um stop how that put our past. Stop celebrating those who are oppressing us, those who has held us captive. Stick to this channel, subscribe, like, share, and follow. There are other persons who need sense. There are persons who really need to hear this, who need to start thinking with their brain. So share for them. Eh? Mo try to the tell them make they hear, mo see how many persons we fit give brain. Eh? Please, God bless.